Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the AAA episode number 536. You suck at racism. Joining me here in the sitting room for some laid back early evening, late afternoon, call it what you like, type conversation is my good friend and stream partner, Sinatra Says. Sinatra, what you doing? Really? Confessing to more bisexuality. So early in the show, too. My God. When did you two meet? Junior high gym coach. Well, that was bold of him. So what, was it right there in the locker room you two got together, or? Really? So you all still know each other? Or? Ah, you got too old for him, I see. You can't hear Sin? Ah, it's too bad. He's confessing to gay relationship he had with his junior high gym coach. Okay, so Sin's not going to join us after confessing the gay love for his junior high gym coach. So, you and I and everyone else here can just talk amongst ourselves, chat. YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Yeah, well, fuck you, YouTube. That's all you're going to get. I stream at, 5,000 kilobytes a second? That still isn't enough for them? Fuck you. I'm not really low. I'm short. I'm an otter. God made me this way. 3 feet tall? That's plenty tall for an otter. It's gone mad. No, hey, I don't mind just hearing you. Well, thank you, Keever Dam. I greatly appreciate that. It's my stentorian tones that makes me so listen to a bull stuff. So I was talking about something with somebody the other day. Look at that. Fuck. Movies that shouldn't have been made, but other movies that were made, and yet you don't understand how they're not a bigger thing. I just found out that there was The Secret of Nim Part 2. I didn't even know that movie existed. But yet, it's out there, and apparently the people who've seen it are very few and far in between. Everyone knows the first one. I know the first one. I saw that as a kid. I didn't even know Secret of Nim Part 2 even existed. And then I found out, yeah, it's like Bambi Part 2. And I was like, huh, yeah, imagine if they did that.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
It's all right. It's just too bad because we were still looking for more details about how you became gay because your junior high gym coach made a pass at you. So go on. You were saying?
My junior high gym coach was a lady named Mrs. I'm not going to say her actual name, but it was Mrs. something, but she looked like Axel Foley. So take that for what it's worth.
Eddie Murphy?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy's character from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. Not Eddie. Fuck. What was what's his face's character? The other cat
from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. Mel Gibson.
No, Mel Gibson was never in Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop's in Detroit homicide detective ends up going to Beverly Hills to look into his friend's murder and befriends a couple of local detectives.
It was whatever shoot 'em up Mel Gibson did circa Braveheart-esque era.
Lethal Weapon?
Yes, that's what it was. She looked like Mel Gibson's character in Lethal Weapon. Sans beard. Just peach fuzz.
Was she black?
No, she was not black.
Oh. That ruins the fun. Okay.
But that's what she looked like. She had like the perm down her back.
That's a weird way to have your first sexual experience, especially if it's homosexual.
It's weird. She had a fucking giant dick.
Man. Trans people ruin another sexuality for decades now, am I right? Did you know there's a Bambi 2?
For what?
Like, why'd they even do it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe the hunter came back to kill Bambi's father?
Did they ever show Bambi's father? Dude, I haven't watched it in probably decades for now.
No. Bambi's mom didn't even know who it was. She wasn't.
She was for the streets.
Yeah, she didn't have the highest virtue in the woods, let me tell you.
Oh, I don't even have OBS open, my bad.
Oh, that's okay. I do.
She was a salute.
No, there really was when somebody said, hey, well, come on, that's like Bambi 2. And I'm like, yeah, that wouldn't be funny if they did. They said, well, they did do that. That was the thing. And I'm like, no. Yeah, apparently there was like Bambi 2, Aladdin 2.
Gayest person on YouTube said, I remember that dong like it was yesterday. You're assuming that she was the top.
I am the aggressor. Sin was the seducer there.
That's where you're wrong.
Okay, there we go. No, yeah, I already sent out the tweet. What am I doing? Going to double check and see if the tweet got out. Yeah, of course it did. No, I have no idea why nobody even knows about these things. Did they even make Disney money? You think that would have been the most popular thing of all time? Oh my God, there's these sequels of these long beloved animated films. Bambi harder, yeah, right? I don't know. I don't even know what happened in them. But apparently, there's you don't remember these from like back in the day, and I'm like, no, I've never even seen Bambi. Period. Much as Bambi 2. I've never seen Aladdin.
I've seen the originals because my mom liked them, but I have not watched them since then.
Nah, I don't blame you. Well, I don't. I guess Bambi, no, but I thought everybody's childhood favorite was Aladdin. You're the only person I know that's seen Aladdin as few times as you have. The once.
Well, I've probably seen it more than once, but it's not one of those movies that like stuck with me. You know what I mean?
And Zed, the third one was pretty good. There was an Aladdin 3.
Yeah, see, like my favorite Disney movie is probably Avengers.
Sorry, hold on.
And you can say that
Disney
now because Tony
Adventures?
Stark is my favorite Disney princess.
What the hell's Disney Adventures?
Avengers.
Oh, Avengers. No, that doesn't count.
Why not?
It wasn't animated.
You didn't say Disney animated. You said Disney. And I think we could make the argument that more than half of the movie was, in fact, animated.
Oh, God, touche. Oh. I would say the most obviously animated, non-animated film that Disney ever made would be Black Panther. Remember the CGI in that?
Dude, that was like PlayStation 2 graphics.
Yeah. Or Black Panther and Killmonger were fighting. It really did look like two really bad CGI sprites going at it, man. It was pretty terrible.
Yeah, that was not great.
Cinderella has sequels as well. My favorite anime TV series was Disney. Fucking Gargoyles.
That was good.
Yeah, it was. They just didn't promote it as Disney because they wanted, it not to be all girly and shit. Booty and the Beast. Return of Dark.
Booty and the Beast.
Yeah, that wasn't... Okay, whatever your parents were making you watch, that's weird, bro. I didn't think so.
Booty and the Beast sounds pretty good.
Bad? Oh, you mean like bad for CGI?
It was fine for what it was.
I saw it in the theater the one time, and it was fun. I remember laughing. I had a relatively good time.
Yeah, I didn't dislike it. It was worth the watch. I'm not walking away going, oh, I need to rewatch this multiple times.
Who played what's his name? Pym's mentor there.
Hank Pym?
I keep wanting to call him the actor Charlie Sheen, but that's totally not Charlie Sheen. Or Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
He
Was it Martin Sheen?
No, no, not at all. Would have been better if it had been. Gordon Gekko there.
Michael Douglas. Was it
Thank
Michael
you.
Douglas?
Yeah, thank you. It was Michael Douglas.
Holy shit.
Don't remember that at all, do you?
No, it didn't register as Michael Douglas to me.
Well, yeah, somehow you nailed it. Well done.
I Googled it.
Oh. Well, I was fast typing. I'll give you that. It would have been better if it were Kirk Douglas, Cheshire Smurf. It absolutely would have been. Who played what's his name? Well, I meant played by what's his name. I kept wanting to call him Martin Sheen, but he wasn't. Fuck. What was his character's name in Apocalypse Now? He was going down the river to kill Colonel Kurtz.
Oh, see, now that I couldn't.
Captain
Savaho?
No, his wife had left him at the beginning of the movie.
Captain Fuck That Ho?
Yeah, he kind of was. Like, man, fuck her. Fuck, what the hell was his name? Damn it. Michelle Pfeiffer's the mom in Ant-Man? No.
Excuse me.
No, really? Like I said, I only saw it in the theater the one time, but you think I would... Willard. Thank you, Buckhurst. There. Ugh. Captain Willard. Do you want to try this, Shrimp Captain? If you do, you'll never have to prove your courage in any other way. You got to go watch Apocalypse Now again, man. It's good.
That's one of my favorite drunk flicks to throw on. Apocalypse Now is always solid.
When you're drunk, really.
Nobody's always a good watch.
What are those? Okay, that's an interesting couple of movies, man. I don't see anything that they have in common other than you watch them while drunk.
And they're fun to watch while drunk.
Says you.
Yes. Apocalypse Now is good. Platoon is another one I can always throw on after a few drinks.
So Vietnam and senseless violence. There.
Yes.
Senseless
Nobody
violence.
to shoot him up.
There's the commonality.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Seriously, Platoon. That's a pretty hard, harsh movie to be watching when you're drunk.
Yeah, until you start hearing the one-liners and just keeping them in your head.
Like?
Well, what are you, homosexual, Taylor?
He gets asked that?
Yeah.
What are you, a homosexual? There's funny moments, but to me that I remember, but they're funny in universe, like not because we're laughing at something that's not really funny, if you know what I mean. Like the first night he's going when Willem Dafoe comes up to them, and they're the newbies in the squad. It's like, look at he's walking around them for like 30 seconds straight, just taking stuff off of them that they've got packed on. Don't need this, don't need this, you don't need this, you don't need this. Like, what the fuck, guys? We're not leaving for a week. Got all their camping equipment with them and shit. So if you get lost out there, don't call out. We'll find you. Stay put. Don't call out.
Commando's another one. That's a good one to just throw on after a few beers.
You know what I haven't seen that you just reminded me of? Heartbreak Ridge.
I haven't seen that either.
Clint Eastwood plays a real hard-ass Marine. I believe he's a straight-up drill sergeant in the Marine Corps. Can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, he plays a guy who drills the shit out of these guys until you would think they don't like him, but they end up having a begrudging respect for him. You know what I mean? And what's his name? Like Colonel Heartbreak. I believe like the guy's actual name is Heartbreak. Commando? Like,
yeah,
Schwarzenegger, I got to get my daughter back?
Yeah.
The original Taken?
Yep.
And that's an interesting point. To me, anyway. Dead tired as I am. Taken is just a really bad old man remake of Commando.
Kinda.
Liam Neeson is John Matrix. His name was actually John fucking Matrix. That doesn't sound made up at all. MASH is good when you're drunk. Now that I can buy. Yeah. MASH is a dark comedy. Yeah. Early on it was. One of my last watch-throughs of MASH, I realized how much the later seasons get into preachy social values going on in the 1970s. Anti-war propaganda crap. Which is too bad, because, yeah, the dark comedy aspect is one of the best things going about MASH. I think it's a good movie, yeah. Right. Holy shit. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. There's a movie I haven't heard about in fucking years. Have you ever seen somebody just mentioned in chat Tango and Cash? You know Sylvester Stallone's movie Cobra?
No, not off the top of my head.
Really? Okay, plays a hardcore detective named Detective Cobretti. Cobra. He was originally offered to do Beverly Hills Cop, and he said no because he didn't like the. Nice. Turkey slurp. John Matrix, thanks for the $13. It's a real name, bro. Trust me, bro.
Huh.
I don't know. Maybe it's real. It just sounds made up. Like, if it were short for something, like John Matrixstein, but who actually has just the last name Matrix full stop?
Nobody does.
Yeah. I mean, Matrixstein doesn't sound much better, but at least it's got that, name-like quality to it. Dave, thank you for the $2.
John Matrix has that name.
Well, yeah, but he's fictional.
Is he?
Yeah.
Can you prove it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The fact that somebody's supposed to be that manly and an ex-special forces secret operative blah, blah, blah commando, and he shaves his chest? No. That's clearly a fictional man. They proved it. And Steve Dave, thank you for the $2. Simba says, ratio fuckers. Yeah. Ratio fuckers. So hit that like button. Touch it, feel it, molest it, do all things to it that you're not supposed to. Many of these I've never heard of. Yeah, this is mostly Sinatra's bad taste in film on full display.
Halloween, 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 Halloween.
Halloween!
Cutesy ooh-woo anime. I got the loads. Hold on, I'm sorry.
It's all right. So pay a furniture. Is it really Marion Cobretti? His first name is Marion? Is that why everyone just calls him Cobra in the movie? Like in the logic of the movie? It's like, don't call me Marion. But that's your name. Call me Cobra. I wear sunglasses all the time.
Gamer word! Oh! Faggot.
John Matrixberg for $13, no comment. Thank you very much.
Sorry. Matrixberg. Yeah. That's it. Yes, Chief Librarian, thank you for the $6.50. You know, it's Wednesday when those donations are active. Awesome. My Primarch, so do we have a gene flaw, or is the hyperbuoyancy as head to toe fur some warp mutations? I promise I'm a responsible psyker, sanctioned by the Ecclesiarchy? Wow, that's some deep 40K. I never even heard of it. The Ecclesiarchy? Is that super deep Games Workshop? Let's borrow heavily from Latin Rite Catholicism, and we end up with Ecclesiarchy, a combo of patriarch and ecclesiastical? I think so. Do you think the British would borrow from a more Protestant tradition, considering it's the British? Huh.
Yeah, that's what you would think.
Yeah. Woo! Polywords are unleashed. Yep. Only on Wednesdays, though. Well, thank you very much, Scales Chief Librarian. Greatly appreciated. So, Sin, where do you come out on 40K? Have you started up or what?
I've been listening to some videos. So far, I am very interested in the Chaos Space Marines. Those are pretty cool. And I think I'm currently watching a video on the Emperor.
Okay, interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. Chaos Space Marines, really? So
Yeah, I
the
thought they
Marines
were
that have been
interesting.
warped all to hell from the Immaterium. I don't know anything about their lore. I mean, I know they are, and I've seen the minis a whole bunch, and people have painted them to great effect. And they're popular to paint just because you get to paint Space Marines looking all evil and warped and shit.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. They look cool, so I like them.
That makes sense. Good reason. So, but you're watching a video on the Emperor, like what, explaining or lore history or?
I think it's just the lore history. I can give you the exact title. Hold on.
Yeah, I got Looney Lenny asking, whose video? Good question.
I have to scroll back through because I was watching it Friday. I think was the last time I put it on to like actually listen to it.
The Ecclesiarchy
But
is
I
the
have-
Church of the Imperial Truth. That's what they call it, the Church of the Imperial Truth. I did not know the Emperor actually had an official church. I thought that was simply what the Inquisitors enforced. My pastors wear power armor.
It's
Back off.
The Emperor of Man: The Rise of Humanity, Warhammer 40K lore history from Luton.
Luton.
Yeah. So I've gotten all my stuff from so far.
That doesn't ring a bell, but that's okay. There's just that much 40K content on YouTube.
Yeah.
Death Guard are my favorite looking. Templars are my favorite looking Space Marines. For me. I mean, it brings in that whole, crusade against the infidels, extra crusadey looking.
Oh, those are cool looking.
Did you just look them up? They are cool looking,
Yeah.
right?
I do like that.
There was Inquisitor who asked me, so if you had to pick like a Space Marines chapter, who would it be? And I said, I don't know. There's no one that looks enough like actual Crusaders for me. Who looks like really like horse-mounted Crusaders off to like kill some stone lickers. And he's like, oh, Templars. And I looked him up. I'm like, yep, Templars for the win. That's it right there. Black Templars, yeah. Lenny. Dark Angels. What's the Blood Angels? Quiz says those are the ones that he's sick of people painting. His Blood Angels. He goes, so what? They got red armor. Big deal. Imperial Fist. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Hey, cutie, want some candy? I'm just kidding. Get in the car.
Skills Chief Librarian, thank you for the $9. Sin, you are a world eater with dwarfism.
Okay. Not sure what that means, but all right.
You're big enough to eat worlds, but not really because dwarfism. You see?
Okay. Let's take your word on that.
It'd be like you're a dwarf with hyperthyroidism, you know?
All right. We got tabs?
Oh yeah, we got tabs. So I just thought you were thinking about it there. Sisters of Silence. If I had to paint anything 40K, I would know what it would be. Sisters of Battle. One of the most interesting looking lore-based characters that I know of. I remember complaining to Quiz that it's the thing that I don't like about 40K is there isn't a lot of nothing's affirmed, man. Grimdark. Oh my god. And he's like, really? That's the thing? And I'm like, man, it just gets to be a downer. Like, I'm not saying people shouldn't like it for that. And if that's the very reason you end up liking it, okay. But it's just, it's dour on top of dour with a touch of dour. And then when you get bored with that, it's okay because there's plenty of dour to come. Which made him laugh. And he's like, yeah, okay. I would just say that that doesn't get them into it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, even the darkest and most gritty, edgy noir still has, like, things are still absolutely affirmed. Like, the whole thing that makes the characters aberrant is that they are not like most other people that actually give a damn about some stuff. So there's still things that are in universe that matter. In the 40K universe, nothing matters. It's just, for the Emperor! That's about as close as it gets. Because that's not true. And they end up making this argument for why the Sisters of Battle are affirmational. And yeah, he persuaded me. They are. It's true. Orcs are the most fun. They're living fungus. I got to admit, they're funny. I mean, especially in the 40K animated stuff, they're presented really well. Orcs are, fun in that way, but I don't know. Battling fungus? Well,
yeah, that's what I've learned about orcs so far, is that they are, for the most part, unkillable.
Yeah, they don't exactly like spread and fight for something as much as they grow and infest something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Tyranids, literally that. They're just xenomorphs, basically.
Big bugs.
Yeah, right. I can see that being... I'd like to paint xenomorphs. They seem like fun. The Oh, man. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the tabs that we talked about ready. It's driving me nuts. Well, ran into problems here right away, Sin.
Oh?
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Oh, nice. Closed down my browser, reopened it up, chat, and thought all my tabs are gone. They're not. They're just resorted. It's fine. There's no problem here. Do something real quick. Click a few buttons, touch a few.
I'm a stranger to 40K, just curious. I am too. I've just been watching lore videos on YouTube to try to get an idea. So I get where you're coming from there, Luna. Luton is the videos I've been watching, and so far it seems pretty interesting. He just put one out not super long ago for people who are literally just coming into it. And it's like a very basic breakdown of, the basics, the factions and that kind of stuff. So far I'm finding it decently interesting. I need to watch some more videos on it because I haven't in a few days, but it's something you actually have to pay attention to. It can't really be like background noise.
I would imagine like a lot of things you excuse me, sorry. Imagine some of the stuff that we know a lot more about. We wouldn't bet if we knew the lore a lot better, we wouldn't have to pay attention to every detail. We could kind of half tune in because we know most of the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it were something we already knew all of. Just looking at oh wow. The Death Guard. Crazy orcs? They look like... What the hell happened to these guys? They look like... They're all green, so I thought they were orcs, but it's like, no, Space Marine power armor, but they're... What has happened to them? Immaterium warped? Warhammer 40K Death Guard Army Guide. Ain't got. Hold on. Say it. Oh. Thank you, Zed, for the buck. I am beside myself in excitement. The new Battletech Mech Warrior game releases around the end of the show. I can't wait to start stomping around the Timberwolf again. Someone in a Timberwolf again. You like the Timberwolf, huh? I was just watching the Mech Warrior... Mech Warrior 3? Yeah, I think so. Razorfist was playing on Friday on his game stream. Always fun to watch Mech Warrior games. They'll make awesome playthroughs with them. Look at these guys sit. Crazy. Well, there we go. Video camera.
Yeah, the minis are interesting, but probably not where my interest is going to go.
Look at the consistency of paint job on these guys. That is fucking crazy. Yeah, and to say that you, well, the minis are great, but that's not where it's a. So you're not interested in spending thousands of dollars on something you can ill afford. What kind of fan of 40K are you?
Mostly because if I wanted minis, I could just 3D print them. But like, I don't have the time to sit there and do the painting and all that stuff. Like, that's not something I'm super interested in.
Really? I mean, I do painting, but it was just painting in general, and I want to do Revolutionary War minis because I'm really into the Revolutionary War. But you cannot be into painting, tabletop war gaming of any kind, and not end up learning a lot about 40K. Because this is like 60, 70% of the market. 40K is just that fucking big and popular. There's no way you can't find something about it. And so, yeah, I never meant to look into 40K. I just ended up doing so indirectly by watching painting tutorial vids and shit. And I was like, what is this thing everyone's talking about? And there it happened. MechWarrior 3 was the shit. No, Platy, I didn't know you were into MechWarrior. Yeah, those games look like so much fun. I love the sound of them, but I hate painting them. That's an interesting take. Yeah, and there's people like Quiz who just will finish painting something, and then they'll just drop it in green stuff, start the paint off, and start over again because they spotted some little error and thought, I could do better. Repainting the same minis.
I'm not that detail-oriented enough to enjoy doing it as a hobby, I guess would be the right way to put it.
Yeah, well, there's some people who don't own any minis at all. They just get off on the lore. Omegon's like that.
The lore and maybe like the video games.
Yeah. Well, people are super hype about the new one, man. And that the success.
I would like to play the new one.
Have you watched some game footage?
Yeah, it looks fucking fun.
I know they say here's some gameplay, trailers and shit. It's like, oh well, here's a bunch of the cutscenes. Yeah, I don't trust them when they say this is gameplay either. My trust level is just that low.
Yeah.
But I have seen some actual game footage now that is reliable as in it looks fucking great.
Yeah, I would like to I would like to play that game.
Are you playing BattleTech? The game or tabletop minis rolling dice? They're literally rotting in their armor. Yeah, looks like it. Find out what the hell they're up to. Okay, tabs, stories. Because Sin's got to go getting early. What do you got to go getting, man?
I gotta take care of that thing.
Where the guy is? With the stuff?
At the place, yeah.
Okay. Man arrested after pulling gun on kids who refused to play basketball with him.
Huh.
I don't see the problem.
No means no.
Yeah. Look at this guy. Look at him. That's a criminal head shape.
No, creepy 45-year-old man. I do not want to play basketball with you, says the 13-year-old child.
I mean, seriously, if you're a kid and this guy stumbles up to you and, hey, kids, want to play some basketball?
That's the shit you run away from and get an adultier adult.
Yeah. If that's exactly what happened, I would just, good on you, teenagers. Authorities say a man arrested and charged with aggravated assault after allegedly threatening kids with a gun for refusing to play basketball with them on December 12th at basketball court. Oh, wow. He did this on the 6900 block of Lonesome Woods.
I don't know what that is.
Hey, fuck you, man!
It's been a hot minute. Remember the damn Goose? I remember damn Goose. Bar, thank you very much for the $8.50. Fools. Wait. Is that supposed to be you bloody fool? Did it not come up? I thought I fixed everything when I put up the Halloween donations. By the way, all my Halloween donations are below. If you're interested, I think they're all properly labeled, unless that one isn't, because I'm thinking it might be. Okay, so anyway, criminal head-shaped man with the large ears. Thank you very much, Fark. Greatly appreciate it. According to deputies, Benjamin Walls approached a group of kids playing basketball and asked to join them for their game. Hey, kids, are you lonesome? When they declined, Walls allegedly pulled out a handgun and made verbal threats towards both children and their guardians. It was later
It's a
located.
lot easier to just have a pickup game than get shot, isn't it? Fucking it. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, 1-on-1. Fine.
What a one what?
1-on-1 at 10 paces at this point.
No, I think he likes it better when he just has the gun. I just want to do dueling. So they did catch up with him at his house and took him into custody. He was transported to the jail on charge of 2 assaults, two aggravated assault charges. Benjamin was arrested, booked. Bond was set at $80,000. Okay. Do you want to take a guess if they started making?
Calling us.
You think
What
they
the DA is referring to as a slam dunk.
Oh, because they're playing basketball.
3 points for justice.
It's a foul. He's facing penalties.
Oh, that's it. That's the winner. Well done, son.
Feel free to throw him in jail.
Ooh. Because it's free throw, huh?
Yeah, when you have to explain it, the pun falls apart.
No, I mean, I'm not explaining it. I'm saying that I understand what he means, and that's why I like it. Good work, Sid.
Thank you.
It was a reach.
He didn't have any defense.
Hey!
Like that?
I did. I mean, I had to travel a bit to it. But yeah.
Oh, fuck off. The story is not about basketball. It's about the gun-toting weirdo.
No, it's not bad, but it did pivot to it.
Nice.
He had no way to block it.
Holy shit. How you doing, Drunkle?
Very
Oh,
unsportsmanlike.
all right, mate. All right. Thank you for asking. Yeah, good. You good?
I'm all right. I'm disappointed that Sin didn't see the irony in this place. Well, the appropriateness in this place being called Lonesome Woods.
They just call them woods here in Britain.
Yeah. Do you guys have forests in Britain? Like large spanning
Because we're
forests?
fucking
It's the
No,
home
like
of Sherwood
designated-
Forest. Even I know that.
Like the designated dozens and dozens of miles of woods?
Yes.
I didn't even think your country was big enough for that.
Sin, would you believe that I have a story that actually focuses in part directly on British forests?
I would love to know the size of these, yes.
Is it Robin Hood?
No.
Because that's pretty well known, isn't it? Like, I mean,
That's why I said Sherwood Forest already. You weren't listening?
yeah. No, I've been there.
Yeah, it's a real place.
It's in Nottingham. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Yeah, they've got a.
Shut
centre
up.
park
It's
there.
in Nottingham?
Nottinghamshire, yeah.
So the sheriff of Nottingham wasn't just like randomly placed there? That's actually where Sherwood Forest is located?
Sherwood Forest is in Nottingham. Yeah, they have a centre parks there, and I went there on holiday.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't know if he's taking a
hell.
piss or not. Like, fuck off. The sheriff of Nottingham was from Nottingham? Yeah, mate. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Season 3 of Invincible is coming out February 6th.
Ooh. You know I love me some Invincible, Sin.
Oh, same.
Mm-hmm.
So far, the show has been beat for beat from the comics, so I'm enjoying it.
I mean, yeah, fucking, shot for shot in some places, like the fight spoilers, the fight he has with Nolan and everything as well, like, yeah, straight from the goddamn comic. I thought you were stronger. Oh my God, what an ending.
Nottingham.
Yeah, bring it on.
Nice.
Nottinghamshire upon Pondshire.
It's just Nottingham. It's just
Upon Pondshire.
Nottingham.
You got right next door to a fucking sing-songy chorus there. If you would have just kept going just for a little bit longer, you would have been rhythmic.
I said here, it says Centre Park. Centre Parks is the K is replaced for a C. It's they make up like a nice place where people can live in little cabins and everything, and there's like swimming pool and shit like that. It's a holiday. It's in a they do specialize in forests. It's really nice actually because you got like these big bay windows and everything, and you're living in like what is essentially a chalet or a cabin, but fucking like there's wild deer just fucking rocking around and shit like that. It's really nice, very peaceful. And then of course someone comes up and steals all your money and gives it to the ghetto.
Are you rich?
No, I didn't have to worry. I was until then.
Right.
I got robbed in the hood.
Okay, sorry.
Frankie Della, Centre Parks is a classier Butlins. Dude, that's exactly what it is. Thank you, Frankie Della.
The hell's it?
Right, just think of it like companies that like specialize in vacations, right? So there'll be like an area where they.
I bring a fucking leather jacket to a ghost hunt. I don't blink. I've got eyes and nostrils, and I don't use either of them because I'm a fucking
God, what was that last year? It was just me and Ed ripping the piss out of poor old Pad Buddy. John Matrix Bird for $13 says, "Hi, hello yourself, you sexy piece of shit." Thank you for hitting that one. That's brand new. That's a brand new one. We've not seen it before. Never seen before on a AAA meeting. Thank you very much, John, for the $13. And hello. So like it's Centre Parks Butlins, right? It's just like an area. They'll buy like an area. They'll put up like a load of caravans, you call them trailers, or in this case, chalets or cabins or whatever like that, and then people can go and stay in them for a week on vacation. But there's also amenities, a swimming pool, there's loads of shops, restaurants, shit like that. So you holiday in this place, but you never really leave the site because you don't have to. Everything is there.
Well, you're saying chalet. I thought you were saying chalet. I'm like, what the fuck's a chalet? Now it's gonna be some British.
What's a chalet?
What are you saying?
Chalet? What's a chalet?
Like a shallot,
Isn't a chalet that thing that Irish people use to beat other Irish people with?
Yeah, no, that is. Yeah, that's yeah. I think that's we just call it a stick in the rest of Britain. Like a holiday company that just owns loads. A resort. Think of a resort.
Oh, here we just call them BlackRock.
Huh.
That's a bank.
No, it's not.
It was.
It's a statement of embitterment. That's what it is. Do you have a hostel anywhere near you? We don't have those here.
Where do you think I'm streaming from?
Really? YMCA full,
huh? Yeah, full up with the fucking people from the village. I don't know if there was another way of describing them. Village people?
The gays?
The gays. We'll call them the gays. Well, there's diversity there. There's a construction worker, police officer, for some reason, Native American.
23andMe faces an uncertain future, and here's how to delete your DNA data.
Suicide? God damn, CBS!
No. If you sent in your DNA information because you wanted to know who your ancestors were for some reason.
Spoiler alert, you can't. They have it all physically backed up, I'm sure.
Often they're
big old database.
It's been
yeah. It's up there with the fucking big old seed bank.
And you were stupid enough to use your real name. I don't know why you'd do that.
Yeah, I tested under John Maverick.
Really?
I thought that was your real name anyway.
I was Johannes Matrixstein. 23andMe, a genetic testing and ancestry tracing company, collects the most personal kind of data from its customers, their DNA. And people inexplicably use their real name. Now, after a data breach in late 2023 and a full board resignation, all of them Now they could manage it.
Every single one. No way. That's not good, is it?
Well,
If you've done this,
either
this
that
is
or
where
it's
you
honest.
should. Alarm bells are ringing. Like if you've done 23andMe, first off, you're dumb. And as you said, yeah. Secondly, if you've done it under your real name, you're even dumber. But this should be alarming. A full board resignation. That's known as jumping ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's all the rats leaving the sinking ship, 100%.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's not rats leaving this. People jumping out the plane with their golden parachutes. I'm sure they're fine.
They'll be all right. Yeah.
Holy shit!
It's not them I'm worried about.
Is there a Wojcicki running every crooked company in the world? The CEO was named Ann Wojcicki.
Susan's dead now, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's not good to talk of the ill of the dead, but whatever. The company faces an uncertain future, and many customers believe the genetic information they once willingly handed over could be vulnerable. No private company would ever use this information wrongly. The government you can trust, though, for some reason. CEO Ann Wojcicki also previously said she'd consider a potential takeover of the company, which has raised concerns among customers about what would happen to their data in the event of a sale. Whatever the fuck they want to happen to it because you signed it over to them. She later clarified that she is not considering a third-party takeover proposal and that she intends to take the company private, and also expressed her strong commitment to customer privacy and pledged to maintain our current privacy policy. In a social media post on X earlier this month, Director of Cybersecurity at the Electronic Frontier Foundation suggested 23andMe account holders take steps to delete the data held by the company. If you have a 23andMe account, today's a good day to log in and request a deletion of your data and assume that they're going to actually do it.
Yeah, there's a lot. Just don't hit OK, hit I trust you, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see a video of them burning it down.
You know what I
That's
think
the-
that
and
you know
even
what I think they
then-
would do? Something along the lines of we scrambled your identifier information. They didn't delete your data.
Yeah.
They just deleted your name association with the data. They're not going to delete that
Dude,
data. It's way too
even with the
valuable. Are you
police-
crazy?
Even with it, because I have fucking fingerprints taken, DNA taken, right, when I got arrested. Last time I got arrested. But then because I wasn't I wasn't charged with anything, they went, all right, so we're going to destroy that. And I went, are you? Are you actually? Are you? No, you're not. Are you? You're going to keep it. And if my DNA just happens to get found on someone's dress in a couple of years, you're going to go, right, that's Miller Duke's DNA right there. And I go, well, how is that? How is that? I thought you destroyed it. And they went, but we caught a rapist. I'm assuming that's what's going on here. They definitely did not. It's happened before when they caught someone. He was not charged with a crime. And they said, all right, we're gonna get rid of your fingerprints. And they caught him 6 months later for a different crime because they had his fingerprints on fucking record. And that's the police. Why would you trust a private company? Why would you send your DNA to a private company?
Because you want to know who your ancestors were. And I just had a flash to the future. I watch a lot of true crime shit, and it happened something like this. Sin, imagine we're watching that chapter.
People are hard up for that DNA or the N-word pass.
People are hard up for that.
Big-
Yeah. So imagine you're watching that chapter a year from now, and all of a sudden you see a clip from Polly's Day on the AAA where a well-known rapist and murderer confessed on stream to leaving his DNA on dresses all over Nottinghamshire on Pawn.
Thankfully, that's a made-up place.
Yeah, whatever. It was a stand-in for Shiremanton on Pawn.
That is a real place.
Nice.
I didn't name it. It just is.
Yeah. It's been called that since the mists of time, sir.
Yeah, since Lord Shiremanton.
I don't commit a lot of crimes. Really, Andrew?
I mean, everyone
Just a
commits
few.
a crime.
I love how you minimized it. A lot. That's good. Good for you.
It's a manageable amount of crimes. A handful.
You know what?
Minimal.
This is 2024. I respect anybody that knows a lot is 2 words.
Yeah, that's rough, that is, isn't it? Yeah. And into is 1.
What is? Sorry?
Into.
Do you know people that split that up? Really?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
It's not. It was, but it's not anymore.
It's laugh or cry, man. I choose to blame for
choose-
like, all the mistakes that people make for then and then, and there and there. That it's got to be speech to text. Tell me that people like I can understand making a mistake once and again, but it's all in chat.
That
I see this happening.
So
I'm like,
much better.
please tell me that this is speech to. That makes sense, right? It's speech to text that's causing that.
You've just calmed me down, bro. Thank you so much for that. Like, I needed that. My God.
Because your speech to text is not going to know the difference between there and there. And well, I think the algorithms for free AI predictive speech to text on your phone, it's free. And you haven't done any voice training with it. And it screws up whether you said then and than. And it's not very good at context aware. Oh, let me pick which one actually makes sense here.
But then you can't use that to explain lose and loose.
Nope.
And
Nope.
and that
can't.
really does get to me, right? I don't know what that happened all of a sudden. I don't know.
Yeah, Gasly was big on that one.
Yeah, I think schools just stopped teaching the difference, and also drug, as in drag.
The past tense. Yeah.
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 Drug him through the mud. I go, what the drug him? No. And you know what? It always comes from the same people.
Rednecks.
Yeah.
I knew it. Really handle
So-
one of you. Okay, so yeah, moving on. Don't do this. You know,
Don't do this.
Sin,
Don't.
are you surprised that in Britain they take people's DNA along with their
Yes.
fingerprints?
No, that's not surprising at all, actually.
I was for like
Wait, did you
3
not do that
seconds.
before?
I was like, they took your. Oh right, you're in Britain. Damn.
Yeah. The original police state. I'm guessing they don't do that in the US then?
No.
Oh.
You know what they
I
do?
think
You know
that's-
what they do though?
Dude,
Yeah, go on. Do.
The random swab tests at traffic stops when they're doing a manhunt. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy town. And in
See, that's even
Florida,
a
of all
random
places,
DNA
it's happening.
sample.
Right. In a
Yeah.
lot of ways, it's like that's kind of worse. You're
Yeah.
keeping all that data.
Of course they are. Yeah, and eventually you're going to get caught for something because everyone does something a little bit illegal now and again, right? It's impossible to not be doing things that are illegal. And you're going to end up in court and they're going to be like, oh, and we know that it was this person. And your lawyer's going to be like, well, how do you know that it is my client? And then they'll bring up a doctor and he'll just go, dinner. Because that's DNA, dinner.
In the US, it doesn't matter for us veterans. They have our prints and DNA. You know what? I can understand that for veterans, though. I mean, one, you're not civilians, and you've given up a lot in terms of rights as a civilian.
Would you like to know more?
Yeah, like I'm just thinking about it, and it's like that I kind of get, and it's like, why would they want the DNA of all their soldiers? For the obvious reason.
If they find your leg and nothing else.
We're not trying to be dour. I mean, that's actually a good thing. But
No, it's biological dog tags, isn't it? It makes complete sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd feel better about it if veterans were treated better. Honestly, a lot better about it.
I think everyone would, except for politicians.
And so they treat us like a bunch of numbers, and it's like, well, no, wait, oh shit! Even after you've served your country, they still do. Damn it! I don't want to get off on
what's the
veterans.
old Carlin bit?
Veteran affairs fucking bugs me, man. It really. And I'm not a veteran
There's
at
no
all. but it's
money in
just,
homelessness, so nobody cares.
That's good.
If
That's very good.
hey man, arm the homeless to vote, the Democrats would care.
Mm-hmm.
NRA chief involved in gruesome cat killing his college fraternity member. Doug Hammond pleaded no contest to animal cruelty in 1979, a incident in 1979, which the fraternity cat was killed and tortured.
Would it be an incident?
No, you can drop it. It would read
Can you?
smoother if it did, but it still works.
Reading and speaking, the words are different things, though. You know, like an incident. If it begins with a vowel, you have a consonant to use as a springboard into the next word. An incident. It's one word. An incident.
Sure.
So he tortured a cat.
Yeah.
Lock him up.
More like the people that, wow. Small.
Lock him up.
Wow. For how long?
Yeah, just kill him.
It was 1970. Yeah, just kill him. Sure.
Just
1979. Yeah, it was a while ago. And he did plead. And he pleaded no contest, man. Like, so he faced his punishment in 79.
Oh, right. So he's already served his time.
Or whatever sentence they gave him at the time. Like a suspended sentence, a fine, weekend
fine.
community service, whatever. I don't know.
Don't double jeopardy me, bro.
That's just for murder.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I always learn a little something here on the AAA meeting, guys.
We always like it to be just a bit educational.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is just the Guardian being the Guardian. Person who's the head of the
yeah.
NRA did bad thing long time ago and totally faced the consequences of his actions.
So this is coming up because NRA tend to be Republican leaning and is getting close to November, right?
Nicely done. Yeah. Exactly. Well, this just bottom of the barrel. This is the best you could come up with. Was involved decades ago in the sadistic killing of a fraternity cat. Was it him who did it? Was it his idea? No. He was a member of the fraternity and got looped in with it. They were all charged because they were all there. He was not a ringleader. Doesn't matter.
Also, I mean, look, just anyone who don't torture animals.
No, don't. It's
not hard, right? Just you know what I mean. I prefer you torture people because some people deserve it.
Yeah, no animals, no kids.
No, there you go. Thank you, Sid.
Social Security. You are a number. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I'm literally a number to them. So I promised British Forest, did I not?
You did.
Lord Nelson's historic HMS Victory flagship, which led the Royal Navy to victory over Napoleon's fleet, is going to be rebuilt from French wood.
Okay.
Well, then it's not going to be the same ship, then, is it?
It's not going to stand upright.
No, it's stand upright. There's all the flags. It was turn bleach white quickly. Who keeps opening a liquor bottle?
It was just my water bottle popping.
Oh, that's not nearly as much fun.
No.
HMS Victory, led by Lord Nelson at the Battle of Trafalgar.
Click here if you want to know more.
Oh, no one clicked.
Oh. I read through his whole story because I'm actually interested. There he is.
The Franco-Spanish Navy. So rebuilding the ship out of French wood is kind of like big fuck you.
That's sort of the whole point of the story, yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if a lot of people in the chat are really up to date on their naval history.
Oh, come on. Who doesn't know that Hey, chat, newsflash. The British did, and often did, fight the French.
What?
And we will remind you of it.
And where it says, over Napoleon's fleet, Napoleon was the leader of, get this, the French.
Yeah, the bloody French.
Yeah.
Sent him fucking packing. Napoleon had a brilliant quote about the British Navy because he got really frustrated. He said, "If there is a puddle of rainwater on the ground, I guarantee there will be a British ship sailing in it."
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's just wonderful, isn't
it? Which French person is rebuilding it? Darren Rudass? Well, Muhammad and his buddy Ali. And
Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
That ship's going to pack a punch.
And so, this is Trafalgar Square, also where the Muslims meet.
This has turned into one long, bad night.
But I like you just the way you are.
He says that, and then he breaks his fucking fingers, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, later on. That's just when he's
Yeah.
like, it's not too much later, but yeah, it's just gotta make a point.
Oh,
Yeah.
point well made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the hand he was dealing with. You gonna deal cards with that hand again? Well, here! Yeah, you son of a bitch.
And deal your fate.
Rest in peace, Powers Booth. You were awesome. Gary Verleen, thank you for the 825. The only perk of being another DOD number is how fast my NICS comes back. 7 fucking years to get my name fixed at the VA. NICS, the next is the instant background check system when you're buying a gun.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't know that. That sounded sarcastic, but no, I genuinely didn't know that. Thank you.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's just she didn't say anything to do with guns or whatever. So I was like, for those who don't know. Speaking of like,
I mean, Polly, if you're talking, I just assume it's just something to do with guns. Do you know?
that's not unfair. I didn't.
Guns or bourbon.
So it's not being remade by the French. It's just the wood that they're sourcing is from France. Particularly, like the winners are Hewins Oak, Weston Sons, and Border Hardwood. All source wood is coming from France. The reason why is, there's British hardwood. They can't even verify that all of the wood used in the original Victory was all English wood. It's
we
multi-sourced. They're fairly certain, but most of it is
we do
rotted
like
away.
rebuilding historical ships here. We really do. I've been the Santa Maria, Christopher Columbus flagship. Yeah, the Matthew, John Cabot's flagship. Yeah. We really, really love rebuilding historical ships here.
I was surprised at how
because they are fucking cool, Polly.
Absolutely,
Ships are cool.
45 million pounds is okay.
heavy.
It's expensive, but it's the fucking Victory. Yeah, do it. It's fine. Totally, that works.
It's a historical, I mean, fucking Battle of Trafalgar. Dude. Like, the guy is Trafalgar Square is named after fucking Lord Nelson's historic victory,
Which is why it shouldn't be an open air mosque. I'm not British. I can say it. You should run him out of there. What the fuck?
It's English Mecca. Every year, a load of Brits just go and fucking just walk around the fucking statue of Lord Nelson. Nelson's column. There's a massive, massive column made of stone with a statue of Lord Nelson on the top of it. Which you can't, when you're there, you can't see, you can't look up high enough, mate.
I've seen the pictures, like, look it up. I'd like to go to Trafalgar Square.
Do you know why they did that, though? Because they know that we, as Brits, would try and put a fucking traffic cone on his head. That's what we do with all statues.
That's what you should be doing with statues, honestly.
They look cooler.
Look at this.
Don't tear them down. Just put a cone on its head.
Look
I
at
think
that.
so.
You can
See,
do
that is
cone head.
phenomenal.
Yeah, you want to know the best part? I love this picture
What was
so
that?
much.
Was that a
Hold on.
45 cannon broadside, wasn't it? What? It was a fucking huge ship.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that they have to rebuild major portions of it every 50 years. They pretty much have done that, but there's whole sections that they haven't done in a while, so that's why it's in need of a major refit now. And I'm like, yeah, every 50 years, close enough. That's fine. So this HMS Victory, my favorite part about this picture, and I saved a copy just because of it, in the background, that's the aircraft carrier, HMS Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I love it. That is so fucking peak awesome.
Fuck yeah, man.
That's modern warfare versus, Franco-Spaniards? Fuck you. This is all kinds of sweet.
I mean, the thing is, like, if World War III kicked off now, we would be heading up in the HMS Victory.
We're going to launch every
That's
ship
pretty
we
much
have.
all we've got left.
Yeah. It's just, batten down the hatches. We're doing it.
What a nautical beauty, though. She truly is a gorgeous, gorgeous vessel.
Imagine seeing this fucking
At
all
any
the
rate, that is what
gunboats.
we're
Why
going
not?
to try to do.
Whew. That bad boy tearing loose on you. Gary Verleen, thank you for the 350. We don't rebuild historic ships in America. Our historic ships that matter are still afloat in Baltimore and Boston. It's true. They're still at sea, of sorts. They're still floating.
Yeah, well, and that's fair enough. But like, your nautical history isn't quite as long as ours.
Oh.
And not to say that it isn't just as important. You know what I mean? I'm just saying we've been at this for a while. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Yeah, as you say, like imagine being on a boat as this fucking pulls up, fucking broadside on, and all these fucking little windows open, and that's the last thing you ever see is the HMS Victory just fluttering its eyelids at you.
Right? Oh, that's a classic painting. There he is, Lord Nelson.
Yeah.
Who I believe actually had an
Very
eye
white.
patch at the time.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Which I think is sad that he's not always depicted that way, because it really brings through the sailor in him, you know?
Of course, yeah. But then, I mean, that really only, we're talking like, Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island here, do you know what I mean? Arr, Jim Lad. Like
yeah.
the whole pirate.
Yeah. But
it was a specific actor who started, he did that on stage, Arr, Jim Lad. And that was, from then on, that's how pirates sounded.
That's funny.
I shit you not, man.
I
Yeah,
never
it
started
was
to think about
just
what's
one
the
guy.
origin of that, because it's not like anyone's ever heard of pirate talk, you know,
Well,
outside of
mostly because
East Africa, I mean.
right. A lot of it, I think, because a lot of pirates and privateers came from the West Country, which in Britain is like, all right, mate, how you doing? You'll come play my fields. So everyone goes like, oh, it's farmers. But then also, like, the pirate thing is like, oh, hoist the mainsail. Is very much the same accent. But everyone goes, oh, no, they're farmers. They never say they're pirates. But yes, it was one based off of, I believe, Edward Teach, Blackbeard, who came from the city of Bristol, which is in the West Country. Most famous pirate in the world.
Asked whether Lord Nelson would be rolling in his grave at the thought of his beloved Victory being repaired with French wood, Vice Admiral Cooling said Lord Nelson would have had a grin, and I think it a very appropriate that the defeated were now providing the timber to patch up the Victory and maintain her legacy.
See, when you put it like that, okay, all right, fair enough. I'm back on board. All right.
On board. I see what you did there.
Hey!
And all 450 British men were killed, but more than 4,000 enemy fighters lost their lives, with 20,000 taken as prisoners of war. Now there's some fucking expert level numbers. Hell yeah.
Oh boy.
I just like looking at all the pictures. They were after the timber and in the amounts that they needed, and the key was consistency of wood. There's British forests and so on. This article gets really detailed about forestry and stuff. Oh, there's a nice naval battle.
I appreciate
Look at
that.
All this. You know what? I'm just gonna throw this in chat if you guys want to read it.
It's
You totally
great how
can. It's definitely worth it, because
the artist got the ships to. The artist got the ships to stay still, so he could paint that. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Hold that smoke there.
There it is. And the fact he was there in 1805 and everyone was still willing to play ball with him. Amazing. I was just happy because it's a Daily Mail article, and there's only one point when it gets anywhere near anything like, and since race is involved and in the modern world, blah, 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 there's nothing woke about this article, even a little bit, except it gets into forestry. And I rolled my eyes and it's like, no, actually, Nelson cared about British forests. And they go into like his personal pieces of correspondence about how disappointed he was after visiting the sources of the timber and saying they weren't taking care of their forest properly. There were trees that had been up too long. They need to trim the dead wood from there and use it for fuel. It's not giving enough room for other trees to grow. It's like, holy shit, this guy you went into the source of the lumber for your ship? You really did give a fuck in a big way.
The thing is, like, when you don't have to work 9 to 5 every day, you can really afford to get some extra hobbies, and he came from old money. He could sit there and study trees for a little
Drunkle,
bit.
he had a commission. Of course he came from old money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
He
at
was
that
set.
point, they go like, how did he get the commission? Because he fucking loved trees. Oh, all right, Lord Nelson. Brilliant. Come on in. Of course,
right.
they named a wrestling move after him.
Full Nelson?
Nelson.
And a half, yeah.
That didn't sound like Lord Nelson.
You tried to do.
There's a complete point form or bullet point history of the ship here. That's why I put the link in chat. It goes all the way down. And there's no point where it's like extra diverse crew hired to work on nothing. Well done, Daily Mail. Thank you for giving us an article that doesn't make British people ashamed of being British. Rare move. Gamer Fleeing, thank you for the 350. The sailor in him, after the conversation this morning, remember the bi-curious Navy? Yeah, Valine's not from the gay Navy, but the bi-curious one. Al Pacino says it's fun to be a new dad at 84.
Okay.
I say it's just fun to be a man. Up top, boys. 84.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah. The reason why I just read through this whole article because I like Al Pacino and I want to know what he had to say. And he was talking about his autobiography that's not out. He's writing it right now. So his agent said, yeah, you should talk about that in this interview you're doing. It's like, okay. This interviewer managed to ask a question that nobody has asked him before that I would have thought 1,000 idiots would have asked him already. Any guesses as to what it was? Kind of relates to fatherhood.
No.
Has he ever been a godfather?
Ha!
Ha!
The Godfather has never been a godfather, is the first line. And the actual text of the interview's there, and he said, Pacino laughs and says, and then it goes on, no one has ever asked me that before. Huh. I'm like, yeah, I'm surprised too, Al. No one? I would have thought every hack fucking reporter out there would have asked you that already. Good Lord.
It's great to be a man, but the problem, like, if it would be a lot easier if men would go through the change as well, because when you're Al Pacino, you can bone any fucking supermodel, just whatever, because they're boning you because you're Al Pacino. I mean, look at her, right?
Yeah, this is his ex-wife. This isn't even the woman that he had the kid with.
This is the one that he said, no, you're not good enough to. Like, he moved on to say this.
Oh, wait. I should say ex-wife. He's never been married. This is his ex-baby mama.
But the thing, when you're Al Pacino, a lot of women are going to want to have your kids because you're Al Pacino, right? Yeah. And, then they're set for life as well. So, yeah. I mean, is it good to be a man? Yes, it is. But I would like a men opals where you reach a certain age and you could just fucking bone and no one's going to be able to get hold of your money.
Yeah.
Manopause.
There's something to be said for, as opposed to what? A whole bunch of your distant relatives, not direct relatives, showing up to pick the bones clean when you die and contest your fucking will to get as much as they can? Is there something really so bad about having fucking kids to leave it to when you're 84? I don't think so.
It depends how many. I mean, the guy's got like fucking 87 children right now. Do you know?
2. This is his second one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's not Robert De Niro, man. Yeah, right.
Yeah, De Niro, right. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, it's fine. You reach a certain age and you go, oh, do you know what? It's fine. I can't have kids now because my wife has gone through the menopause. But if you're Al Pacino, you're going to stick it wherever you fucking want within reason, aren't you? And quite right, because you're Al motherfucking Pacino.
I didn't know that. Go fuck yourself. The word you're looking for is andropause, which makes sense as the word. Even if somebody made it up, I believe them because that sounds right with the andro in there at the beginning.
Yes,
but
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that it is eventually a thing that you can't have children any longer. But I mean, come on, if you're a multimillionaire, actually, he tells the story of just a few years ago. His one day he woke up to realize his accountant was in jail and he had no money in his bank accounts and he didn't know what happened. And that somehow, when looking over his accounts himself, he had been spending 40 grand a month on that which he did not know what. Where was the 40 grand a month going? As this is a single payment consistently every month. He had no idea. That's called embezzlement, Al.
Yeah, look it up, bro. Well, he's an actor, not an accountant,
Right.
He's doing his best.
He's doing his best.
Yeah, it is disturbing and also
he's
impressive.
Doing fine. Did you see the girl he had the baby with? He's doing fine.
Damn right he is. Good on
84
you,
years old. You're a fucking example to us all, Al.
Suspect in shooting of 2 Detroit cops was an active DPD member, police say.
That's weird, actually, because DPD over here is a delivery service.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's a police service here, but only in Detroit.
This is delivering you to the afterlife, it would seem.
CNN reported on this as an active shooter situation and another one. And when are we going to get gun control in this country? No, it was a depressed police officer who had barricaded himself in his home after launching off shots. Nothing like jumping to conclusions. Internet Archive is finally back, but only as but only as a read-only service for now.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was the big disappoint.
Well, obviously they got some shit to work through here, but I mean, like, but fucking hackers who do it for good and hackers who do it for evil are all unified here. That whoever did this is a prick.
Yeah.
Agreed. Of all of the Wayback Machine and the Internet Archive writ large, like, so a lot of people think of it just like the archiving service. If you want to, like, record something and do a screenshot of it for long time archival purposes, the Wayback Machine basically is the way that they think of it. But it's a lot more than that. The Internet Archive overall is what the internet, everybody talks about it being, but isn't. What the internet really is, Sin, you've talked about, like, dead internet theory, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God. Is it a theory, though? I mean, my God.
Right. Like, conspiracy theory, what are you talking about? You mean reasonable assumption? Dead internet theory is fucking very real. At worst, it's badly exaggerated. But the idea that there isn't a considerable and depressing amount of truth to it, you gotta be look at any social media platform. That's a bunch of bot shit. Half of the fucking reviews for anything you've read were auto-generated. Come on.
Hacking the Internet Archive is only one person did it to fucking make a name for themselves or whatever. It doesn't matter what the fucking reason it is the school shooting of hacking. Everyone's just like, why did you do that?
I know.
What's wrong with you?
Except people will talk about, like, oh, the internet. Well, you don't have to research anything anymore. There's no reason for private detection anymore because there's Google. Everyone says, because it's Google. It's like, okay, first of all, Google is not the resource that you think it is. Two, even the way that it is a fantastic resource, fuck you, keyboard drooler. You don't know how to use it, so who are you kidding? And third of all, even if you did know how to use it, half the information you're pulling back is sourced from other things, which are resourced from other things, which are resourced from other things. And it's a whole bunch of 1984 memory holding.
They look for confirmation bias instead of actual information.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, we've known that since 2016.
So all of the good things about the internet in terms of, like, some total of human knowledge, and this is actual archive, and you can have access to all of the information, like the online library notion of it, that's happening through this place, the Internet Archive, which is sadly underfunded and got sued to shit by 15 fucking publishers who got together, so they can't do the open library thing anymore, where you really were borrowing a digital version of a book, where if I borrow it, you, Sinatra, cannot borrow it until I return it. It's just not available for you to sign out a copy of it. It's like you could read it online, but you can't do screen freezes. If you want to get a copy of it, you'd have to screen grab each and every page as you flip pages, basically do a digital version of photocopying each page. You could do that with a library book too.
That's called scanning.
I don't get it. Why were they opposed to this? Because if you want a copy of the book, don't sign out a digital version, buy one from us because we're the publishers.
Yeah, money.
Right.
Again, the answer is always money, right?
So you guys found yourself not making as much money, and I get the idea, small publishing house, you're trying to find your way. Well, this isn't the way forward, guys, in the digital era. Every publisher's having hard times in the digital era. The medium is kind of changed a little bit around you, and you got to update with it. Soon the Internet Archive is not your path forward.
Yeah.
They really did create a digital library. They only allowed one person to have the thing at a time, and you had to have their version of a digital library card. There's nothing wrong with that. Someone did purchase the book from you. That's what was scanned.
And purely for benevolent reasons as well.
Is Google backing this up? You know, Google used to be don't be evil. No, just use all of our services for free so we can resell all of your information to fucking ad companies and the police who buy their information off the open market, basically from companies who resell it like Google, even though they swear up and down they don't do that until they did. And then they say, yeah, well, you didn't read the fine print.
Man, they really subtly dropped the don't be evil slogan, didn't they? They didn't really let anyone know that they were doing that. They just got rid of it.
So I don't know, I get all, like, I guess, self-righteous where I'm like, this is the internet, what it's supposed to be. It's not dead internet. It's not a whole bunch of fucking repeat porn. No, this is it. And it's a sad little thing, and it's going to disappear soon. Be sad.
You should be. This is equivalent to like the burning of the fucking Library of Alexandria. You know,
Yeah, it's just a loss. Even though that's
it's up
probably
there. It's a
exaggerated.
lot. It's a net loss for absolutely everyone, man. That's not for whom the bell tolls; it tolls for thee.
Thank you, John Troxon. I appreciate that. It's true. I mean, it's not nobody, but everyone who claims they know how to do it is probably full of shit. That's easy. I could just look it up on Google. Okay, even if you knew how, the information you'd be pulling wouldn't be worth very much.
Dude, I got quite good like during when I had to make essays and have like actual site fucking Harvard referencing and shit. I got good at googling, but even then, I don't know that half of how you do it. And I got good.
Can you archive porn? I never thought about that until right now.
Probably.
I've saved it. I think if that's what
Well,
you mean.
Atticus just said that. He goes, hey, you can archive porn too, and people do. Why didn't I ever think? I don't know. I guess I just wasn't thinking about porn when I was at the Internet Archive. It didn't occur to me.
There's probably
Why not?
some there.
Are you fucking gay? What?
I know. For as much as our politicians are talking about like the good of Americans and blah, 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 and all this, self-righteous claptrap bullshit. It's like, no, you're not. It's for all the public good you claim you do. Has any of them ever suggested backing up any of this? Every president has a presidential library. None of them want this, though. Well, yeah, but that's not going to be for my personal reputation and legacy. Yeah, but it could be. Why not? How about the Obama wing of the fucking digital archive? I wouldn't give a fuck as long as it was maintained.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
The
slap
people-
your
I'd be down
stupid
with
name on it. Fine. Advertise yourself. I don't care.
Yeah,
Just
just
do
as
it.
long as it happens.
Yeah.
That's just all we want is for it to... Now, what are we left with now? Know your meme. Which is still very much an internet archive, don't get me wrong.
You would have Charlemagne the God trended on X yesterday, by the way. That if you needed more proof, X is garbage. I hope it was for bad reasons, man. Fuck him. Charlemagne the faggot. Speaking of X, here we go.
Wednesday, guys. Wednesday.
Yep. Black men deserve a president who cares about making their lives better. Really, Kamala Harris? So what are you planning on doing?
Well, they're really, after Monday, Sin, they are really pushing the whole black male narrative, aren't they?
It
really
hasn't
going
gone
for it.
well for them. And
No.
CBS is trying, as we saw right over, where was that article? Kamala Harris shores up support of black voters. That's the way I lost the article. That's the way she shores up. She doesn't have it. Since when has a Democrat ever had to try for any part of the black demographic? Not in decades.
Look at the wording here. Opportunity agenda as well, which in one thing, in Dem speak, they're going, "Oh, this is good because it's about equity, equality." Whereas opportunity agenda is saying, "No, you fucked up because you're black." If you look at it from any other angle besides the fucking from blue and on, it looks bad. Show us some replies there, Polly. Are there any scathing responses?
Well, not really. It has had a lot more likes and reposts. And
well, it's because this is from Kamala Harris's Twitter account. So anyone who's following her is doing it because they're voting Kamala Harris, right?
And dead internet theory, a whole fuck ton of bots,
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Provide $1 million loans that are fully forgivable. That's called gifts. That's just a gift.
That's called bribery.
Yeah.
Bribery, yeah.
You're saying I will loan you money, but I'll totally remember the fact that you owe me money and just let you keep it? Yeah, that's not a loan at all.
But also you have to be black.
Black man.
A black man, all right. So
No.
sexism,
Good thing-
racism. Yeah, all right.
Wait, this is
Good
you
thing
said
my
bribery.
family hails
Full
from
on.
that region.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
are attempting.
According to my 23andMe.
You're
right?
attempting to convince people that as the president, you have the authority to authorize $20,000 racist, sexist gifts for people that are willing to vote for you. This is where we're at. Support education, training, and mentorship programs that lead to good paying jobs for capital B black men. Protect cryptocurrency investments for capital B black men who make them know their money is safe.
I got to forgive the capital B black on this one because it is coming from Kamala Harris and it was always going to be capital B black.
Oh yeah.
There's actually an agenda behind this as opposed to going, well, that's just how it's spelled. This is the only time I'm all right with capital B Black, because it's coming from a Democrat.
And then
And that's just what we expect.
my favorite one, because I knew it was going this way. I just like seeing it as a short form list. But point 6 is priceless. Legalize recreational marijuana.
From Kamala? What?
Really? And create opportunities for Black Americans to succeed in this new industry. You are personally responsible for keeping how many non-violent drug offenders in prison while DA? You personally.
Yeah, you're the industry that you were talking about was fucking prison labor 10 years ago, Harris.
Yeah. She knows this. Well, her team knows this. And that's why that is there. And also, you're targeting to legalize recreational marijuana specifically for Black men. Oh, if any white anybody had suggested this or ran with this as a candidate, you got to be kidding me. Someone's going to bring up, wow, that's just racist. Yeah, no, it is. You're right.
That is terribly worded, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, she would have fucking seen this and gone, yep, brilliant, post it.
But this is
This
like we were talking
will
about
get
on
me
Monday.
in the White House.
When you forward an idea you know will never make it past circuit courts, that this is going to be shut down, will not make it through Congress. One, you don't have the legal authority to authorize that kind of money. And if you tried it, it would get hamstrung up either in Congress, or if somehow Democrats are running Congress so they can get it through committee and then out and then voted and approved, yeah, a circuit court's going to stop it. And you know
Dude,
it. You won't have to live up to this
politics.
promise.
That's just called politics. That's just called campaigning. You know, that's not new. Promises you can't keep.
There's a difference between
For lack of a better word,
there's a difference
politics.
between promises you don't intend to keep and ones you know that are completely unkeepable.
Anything that looks good on paper. Let's be honest, she's clutching at straws here.
Yeah.
If this is what she's coming out with as well, like an agenda for capital B Black men, she knows what she's doing. She knows she's losing. This is a Hail Mary. A Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I thought that was good. Fuck you.
I see what you were doing.
Thank you.
Did you know it wasn't illegal to molest a corpse in England?
Oh.
That is definitely not my photo.
No, I believe that is Drunkle's photo.
So this
I do
man
not
with
wear
the totally
glasses,
not
but-
obvious comb over is not somebody who's left stains and DNA samples on women's dresses all over Langtonshire on Pond.
Just the one dress. Because I spat on her. Get away from me.
Just before we get into I love this writing team. Emily Cody Stemp and Katie Dorsey Warren.
Doherty.
Doherty Warren.
No, it's Doherty.
The fuck was
I get
with
a
your
feeling we ain't in
background?
Derby
Holy shit.
anymore.
No, I knew a family with that name, and they were straight off the boat, and they pronounced it Doherty.
So this guy molested
Already.
at least 100 corpses.
Whoa, man! At some point,
How?
you gotta go. Do you know what? That's enough. I'm done.
How
you know?
did he do it, and how did they know?
They know he did it because they caught him on film, and he did it because he was a funeral director that required no background checks, no nothing. Just you get this card, and then so here's his NHS card, and this is who I am. And so he went to the hospital, went down to the morgue in the hospital, and did what he did there, and filmed himself.
David Fuller, corpse rapist.
Yeah. Or technical
Yep,
supervisor,
yeah,
as
go on
known
in.
to the NHS.
God, so they only booked him after he hit 100 corpses.
No, he was arrested
wait,
on suspicion of
hold.
murder of 2 women. When they
Oh!
after they had arrested him and searched his home
Keeping
for
it fresh.
evidence, they found the tapes that he had made of himself desecrating the corpses.
Bro, David, what the fuck, man?
So yeah, this guy, in terms of the corpse molestation, that was a side effect of the investigation into murder. So that wasn't even why they were looking at him.
They should have
Jeez.
been. Oh my god!
I know I'm not even blaming like
October, bro.
it's-
What the fuck?
yeah. This is the kind of thing where it's like, you know what? I don't think that it's kind of understandable. That the worst crime you got is
no.
desecration of a corpse? Because who thinks somebody's going to desecrate corpses in that way? I'm sorry, it wouldn't occur to me either. My mind just doesn't go there as something that degenerates are going to do.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah. So you could be a whole host of things there that don't require any kind of background check or anything. All of the people that were allowing him access when asked all assumed that, well, of course he's got a license for that. This is Britain when you need a license for like a butter knife. So they all assumed that he was credentialed up the ass. Nope. Probably up the ass is probably a bad phrase to use here. But,
living in now. Yeah, no, not good, mate. No. What a fucking world it is as well. Like, you can't just like let a guy in a room with a corpse so he can do his job. You got to be like, well, is he gonna fuck it? Because the answer is, yeah, he might.
You know what? That's not an unfair statement at all. I would leave a guy alone in a room with a corpse to dress it up after the autopsy or prepare with makeup.
Assume
What's the problem? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but he might fuck it. Why would that ever pop into your head?
Right.
Well, here's why.
Nobody should have to think this because of you, David Fuller. Nobody should have to want to watch people around corpses just to make sure they don't fuck them.
Oh my God, some fucking poor police officer had to sit there and fucking watch that evidence as well.
Yeah.
You're right. And yeah, if I was the barrister in charge, whatever the hell, I wouldn't. I'm just going to read the police report. I'm not going to watch the evidence. I'll just assume they were right. Who wants to watch hundreds of hours of footage that this guy made of himself fucking corpses?
David Fuller would. Fuller? I barely know her. But you still did, David.
The investigation that they did conduct a very large, industry-wide, they said, investigation into the state of undertaker qualifications and whatnot. And what they found was that you do not need a license, experience, qualifications, or training of any sort. They can use whatever facilities and whatever equipment they personally choose.
Why'd you need a box of rubber gloves and a dildo there, David?
Yeah, what are you going in there with all them toys for?
Industry secret.
Uh-huh.
Try to get some fucking color back in her cheeks.
Make her blush.
Making me blush. What a disgusting, disgusting human being. I didn't even want to use the word human being for that. That is beyond the pale.
If it makes you feel any better,
cool?
and it does in a way, but not completely. So this guy got 2 life sentences for the murders he committed, as well as like all these, unholy acts with a corpse. That's what they call it. It's like indecent.
Unholy. That's a great yes. Unholy.
Yeah. I think it's bringing God and damnation and whatnot into it. It works. It makes sense.
No, bring more God, more damnation. My God, fucking hell.
Yeah. So he's off to prison for the whole day, man. This guy will not see the light of day ever again, under the prison, buried, so forth. But I don't know. It still doesn't feel right somehow. I don't know what extra I want to lump on him, but
medieval torture dungeon. Not necessarily torture, but like you're chained to the wall and there's always the sound of something dripping.
Yeah.
Whatever
No
happened.
light.
Do you think they still do
Rats.
hard labor?
In Britain? No. Fuck no.
They should.
I know
Barely
they do
anyone
it
does, to
in
be honest.
military tribunals, sentenced to 10 years at hard labor. Like, you ain't sitting in a cell all day. You're breaking rocks at Leavenworth.
I don't know, 'cause I feel that would actually be like psychologically like good for you.
Right.
Like perpetual solitary confinement is what this guy. I mean, there's punishment versus rehabilitation. I'm always for rehabilitation, but in this case, I want fucking punishment, bro.
Yeah.
Get him to have sex with a load of live women. He'd hate that.
I mean, you know what I thought about? It's like, is there something where this guy once caught, you could, for the sake of, man, you're caught now, just tell us everything you know. Like, let's say you catch a terrorism cell leader. Okay, you're going away. You're off to Supermax at Florence for the whole day, man. You're in ADX. You're not getting out. You might as well tell us everything you know about terrorism, the full network, how it works, how radicalization, how this has reached out, how the terrorism funding transfers through, everything you know about everything that could help us. What's this guy going to tell you? His entire secret was, I used an NHS ID that was easy to get to walk in a hospital and everyone thought it was fine. And of course they left me alone with the corpses. Who wouldn't have? That's all he's got to tell you.
100 of them. If
A
it was like
minimum. A
one-
minimum. That's what
I
they.
mean,
That's what they
if
had
it was
the
one-
video
They
evidence for.
caught
Yeah.
100.
They know, yeah. One over 100. If it was one, all right, fair enough, David, you got curious. But it was over 100. Jesus wept.
Yeah. Yes, he did. This David Fuller makes baby Jesus cry. Seriously.
There's crimes and there's crimes, and this is a bad one, Polly.
Time for the haunting. Night of the Diamond Spoon. Thank you very much for the $10. Look at who we allow access to the big red button.
Is it this guy?
Yeah. I mean, anyone who's rocking a comb over.
Yeah, I mean, NHS should have known. It was the hair. He should have. When he's getting access to the corpses, you go, look, he kind of looks a bit weird, guys. Should we be looking into this guy? And the answer was yes. Yes, you should have been.
Oh, I wanted to do this story real quick. This was supposed to be right after the Nelson thing, but my articles got resorted when I relaunched the browser. But it's here anyway, and that's what matters. Rare sword from the Revolutionary War to be displayed at a Philadelphia museum. Sergeant Jeremiah Keeler of the Continental Army carried a weapon at the siege of Yorktown and helped seal U.S. independence. He was at the Battle of Yorktown. And there's...
Sick as fuck.
Here's old man warrior. Look, it's decades after the Revolutionary War, and look at this gentleman, absolute gentleman, sitting there in his smoking jacket with his battle sword that he had at the time. It's been passed down in the family, and they have gifted it to the local museum to put on display. The Marquis de Lafayette himself gifted this guy this sword, and there it is. That's cool.
That is beyond cool. That is fucking cool. Can we go back to the picture of him though?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, he's got his hand on the handle. Like, there's very little saber discipline in this photo. That is fuck. I mean, I love a sword.
Yeah.
The only thing I love more than a sword is a sword with a story. A legendary, a heroic sword, a sword with a name. Does it have a name?
No.
Or is it just... Oh, it should now.
Just Keeler's sword.
Was it of the Continental Army? So, Continental Sword. Oh, Keeler's sword. We'll go with Keeler's sword, yeah. Or the Keeler Killer.
The Killer.
Well, no, that sounds like it killed the Keeler. Yeah, the Killer.
I love how they're having to specify that Marquis de Lafayette was a French military officer. Yeah, a rather famous one that's well known to anybody who's ever read anything about the Revolutionary War. He's a very well known guy. Very important to the revolutionary cause. He's one of the good Frenchmen. And I don't like how I'm being maligned in chat. Don't think I don't see that, you bastards. Someone's telling me to go touch the sword, Drunkle.
You should.
No, you don't. I want to touch the sword.
I mean, that would be a rare and awesome treat. You want to swing it around your head once? Yeah, I do.
Once? You try and take it off me. You ain't trained for this.
I remember watching the documentarian Ken Burns' Civil War documentary, and there's this great old Southern gentleman who's a historian named Shelby Foote that's being interviewed throughout the entire long documentary series, and his information is some of the best. He's so personal. He's got that Southern gentleman charm to him, and he befriended the great-granddaughter of Nathan Bedford Forrest, and they're like classic Southern family, and Nathan Bedford Forrest, well-known commander of the Confederate Army. And he had befriended her, and while he was at her house interviewing her one time, she said, "Would you like to touch great-grandpapa's blade?" And he was like, yes, I would. And that's where I got that phrase, swinging it. And so she let me draw it and actually swing it around my head once, which was a great and rare treat for me to be able to do. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Imagine being able to do that with a sword from the Revolutionary War, though. It was there at the Battle of Yorktown with the filthy fucking Brits, sorry, Drunkle, surrendered.
All right. I got to get moving.
All right. Well, I'm glad you were here for this article at the very least.
All right, I'll catch you guys later.
All right, later, Sin.
Hey, Sin. Love you. What the hell was that?
Oh no, he stumbled in. He seemed like an all right dude, so I was like, "Why don't you hang out?" You know, he was like, "Okay."
Doesn't seem like a corpse rapist, but then who does?
Yeah. So it's on permanent loan. So it still remains technically in the ownership of the family, and if the museum ever decides to ship it elsewhere, it, you know, the conditions upon which it automatically reverts to the ownership of the keepership of the family.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the same case of, like, you know, the Elgin marbles and everything. It's like, well, what were they going to do with it? Having it in a museum is going to mean a lot more than having it in, you know, its place of origin.
Yeah, more people will be able
Let
to
people
see it, and that's
Let people
awesome.
be inspired by history, and that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Sam, look, a sword that was at the Battle of Yorktown, gifted by the Marquis de Lafayette, and it's the family kept it and is donating it to putting it on permanent loan at the Philly Library, the Philadelphia Museum of the Revolutionary War, which I've been to, but they didn't have this there, so now I got a reason to go again. Fucking sweet. You want to do some Halloweening?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start here. Bronx Street, renamed after Night of the Living Dead filmmaker George A. Romero. That's right, it's George A. Romero way.
Oh, really? Oh,
What?
Disappointed.
You wanted it zombie
Well, I
Ave,
mean-
didn't you?
I did. Lane of the Dead. Yeah, all right.
Frankie Deller. When he bought the marbles from the Turks who were grinding them into cement. There are precious few things in the British Museum, like, plundered. I think the word saved would be better.
Yeah, rescued. Yeah, certainly, yeah.
Yeah. Kept under the protective auspices of. It's become like an online joke where it's like the British Library is just full of thievery. And it's like, no one really gave a fuck except for the French and the English and the Belgians about Egyptology. I mean, I know the marbles are about Greece, but I mean, in Egyptology, as a case, seriously, nobody gave a fuck. It was Belgians and French and English archaeologists that were doing it all.
You know why the Elgin marbles have their name, right?
Lord Elgin, right?
Because the guy who purchased them. It was all above board. It was all kosher. He bought them. He didn't come in and went, right, these are mine now. He didn't come in with a fucking army behind him and say, right, but come on, boys, take them out. He bought them.
Yeah.
There's no theft here. It was a transaction.
It's a little bit more trustworthy in Greece, but you know what really turned my mind from them? That they put up the spots where the marbles were, and they could have had, and they do have, plaster and moldable cement copies of things that are no longer extant. Up there where the Parthenon is, and there's a sculpture here, and this isn't the original sculpture, it's a recreation of it, but it looked just like this. This is a modern recreation of it. They didn't do that with the marbles. They opened up all of the spots that were there and left these big gaping holes. Say, this is where they should be. Yeah. But the British stole them. It's a permanent protest that they put up. I know.
We have receipts.
It was to put diplomatic pressure on the British, who are now going to just lend them to Greece, who's never going to give them back, man. Why would they?
No, because they're never going to give them back. Right, that's the thing, right? Okay, all right. You want to buy them? Then fine. But we've got to account for inflation and everything, because it ain't going to be cheap, guys. If you want them back, you got to pay, because they were bought. If you want to buy them back, then you got to pay.
They don't. It's Greece.
And
they
then
don't have any money.
Make them out of plastic. No, right? No. Right. Well, then you ain't getting them.
If you want Greece to pay for something, go ask where the money's going to be coming from. France or fucking Germany. EU for the win.
Fuck them. You're not having them.
No, I wouldn't give them either. Fuck
You're not
that.
having them.
I like Frank Deller's preserved. There you go. The British Museum has been preserving items. My favorite
perfect
is the fucking the Rosetta Stone. Also purchased was in the process of being destroyed when purchased. The fucking Rosetta Stone, of all things. And they want it back. Of course they do. Shut up.
You're not having it.
Yeah,
You're not having it.
It's
not yours.
And everyone's telling me to go. Still on the go touch it thing. I'll touch that sword. Don't you tempt me.
I'll touch a stone. It's mine.
Touching history with hands on
British,
history with
goddammit.
Polly.
I own
That was the
part of
best
that
name
stone.
ever. Hands on history with Polly. I'll do it. It's history where I just touch shit. I just and tell you it's a tactile walk through history.
Yeah. We got hands-on biology with David Fuller.
This is like Michael Myers, Av. What was it? Michael Myers? What's his name? Av Way, whatever. But different guy. But you know what happened with the Myers house? That they don't destroy the Myers house, and it's like, but it's just a crappy house that they haven't picked to build the Myers house at back in '78. Why do you
Someone
care?
would
It's
buy
like, well, somebody did and picked it up and moved it down the street so it wouldn't be destroyed. So the house is still there. It's just not at the same location because somebody wanted the lot for development and some movie nerd had purchased just the home and picked it up and moved it. I love that story.
Why not?
Yeah.
There's the house where Walter White lived in Breaking Bad. He's had to gate it off because so many fans come to throw pizza onto his roof.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a friend of mine. She was really interested in JFK's history, not because of him, but because of Jacqueline Kennedy. Loved her fashion, loved the kind of fashion icon that she was because she was all into design and shit and was going to grad school for it at the time. She's like, you want to go on a tour with me? I'm like, of what? And I've been through many a walking tour in D.C. at this point. She goes, over to Georgetown to visit all the places where the Kennedys lived. And I'm like, that's not really a thing, is it? She's like, yeah, it is. Look. And she had printed out the walking tour map.
That sounds sinfully dull.
Well, so I'm like, well, okay, try and understand, Drunkle. So this girl was asking me, okay, you seeing?
You were trying to hit that. Okay.
So, do you want to walk around Georgetown with me for the afternoon? Do I want an opportunity to be charming? Yes. Yes, I do.
You're on about you'd be charming with 5 seconds of interaction.
So anyway, this was the best I could come up with way back in the day when this happened. When we walked up to this, they were all actually regular looking houses for then Senator Kennedy to have lived in. I'm like, wow, Georgetown really does gate people by the cost of the fucking houses here, not their awesomeness. You know what I mean? But one house, when we walked up to it, just looked like a regular 2-story house. Nothing outstanding or special about it. It's just that it was in Georgetown, like sub-community, former city right off of D.C. where a lot of senators used to live.
What you getting at with the book
shit.
script? Spit that shit out, man!
Oops. Fuck. Right. Talked right over the fucking haunting goose. My fault. Knights of the Diamond Spoon, thank you very much for the $10. And let's just do it again for Drunkle. There it is. I played the raw audio of that for Sam the other day, Drunkle. He didn't know the origin of the bloody fool shit, the talking duck. So it's like, oh man, let me tell you, that's an actual duck mimicking human sounds, and that's a duck talk. He's like, no way. Do you remember that the duck was imitating the door slamming noises too? Hello?
I remember that it was an Australian duck.
Uh-huh. Showing the abusive work
But no, I do
environment
not
that this
remember.
duck had been in.
Of course, yeah. I mean, yes, it's awful, isn't it?
The sounds of the door
it's reminiscent
slamming
of-
is
there was-
uncanny. Like it's creepy.
There was a walrus in New Jersey. I learned this on the TV show QI that had learned to imitate human sounds as well. And he also had a Jersey accent. He's like, "Hey, how are ya?" I'll try and find it if he writes up your street, man. Animals imitating human sounds is just fucking. Except for the lyrebird, which is absolutely fine because they nail it no matter what they're doing.
Uh-huh.
But starlings, for instance, when they're talking, freaky, bro, freaky.
Knights of the Diamond Spoon, thank you for the $10. My point was, it doesn't matter if it's the position of mortician or the president. We allow shoddy people in where they shouldn't. Wow. That's an unexpected sideways swipe at Kamala Harris, though not undeserved.
Well, pretty much everyone, to be honest.
Mortician,
Including
rapist,
society.
Former criminally underqualified candidates for the presidency. Either way, they're in positions they shouldn't be in and aren't qualified for. I hear you. Thank you, Knight of the Diamond Spoon.
We gotta bring it home now, bro.
Yep. Gamer Lane, thank you for the 450. I'm waiting on them to demand the return of the how do you say it? Goucher mummy? Goucher, Goucher mummy? It's been in the U.S. since the 1870s, and U.S. researchers at Johns Hopkins have finally determined the gender in 1988.
Non-binary.
Yeah. Since the 1870s, they finally determined the gender. I mean, are they that incompetent, or are they just finally get around to it? Okay, let's do some haunting shit.
Genuinely, it is because they would have just got round to it. There's in museums, especially the big museums, there's archives of shit which hasn't even been catalogued yet. They've got like decades and decades and decades of shit which they're yet to work through. So I totally believe that, yeah, they've only just found out the fucking sex of this mummy because it was on a list of things that had to be done. I mean, history is vast. It's fair to say.
Vast. So we're reading these various tube stories about hauntings. And I'd go through each one, but there's a lot of them here. But there was one thing in this article that like I always knew they were called the tubes. I thought it was because of the tunnels. No, apparently it's because of the trains. These things are fucking tubes.
They are tubes, yeah, dude. It's fucking weird because there's so many bends and shit.
I've never seen this before. I had no idea the trains were tubes.
You're in one. Dude, yeah. I mean, that's a fairly modern one, to be fair.
Really, it looks like 1960s retro to me.
Well, that's just when I say new. It's still from there. That's just the newest we have. No, the underground is referred to as the tube. You go along the tube. You are the capsule in the tube.
And it's
not.
It's not the tube. It's the tube. Yeah.
It's the tube. Yeah, that's a CHUB. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It is fucking weird because there's so many fucking bends and shit like that, and like the carriages are completely open from one carriage to the other. You can just walk in between. There's no fucking doors or anything like your American subways,
New York subways. Yeah.
So you'll just be there. And New York subways. So you can see that there's a guy. He's in a two carriages way. You can see right down, and then the guy just disappears around a corner, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
It's that much of a bend.
And then he's
okay.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking wild, mate. I mean, I don't go to London very often anymore, but I used to go down for I'd have to every couple of weeks for auditions and shit, and you got to get from point A to point B. So best way to do it is on the tube, and it's complicated. It's no matter what haunting there is, mate. The scarier thing is you might not get to your appointment on time because you got fucking lost underground.
Especially if you end up on the Bakerloo line at Elephant and Castle. That all sounds very British.
Yeah, so between Baker and Waterloo, yeah.
Oh, Bakerloo.
Baker Street.
Okay. Okay, I get it. Bakerloo line. Okay. This is where this dead girl from a train crash like 50 years ago haunts the place, and everyone's seen it. Frightening.
Said did David Fuller. She won't be there long.
No?
Nah, he'll molest her.
Oh, no,
Dirty
not this not this one. Not that one. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Giant pumpkin in the middle of the street. It haunted the street for days.
Oh, I'll just delete this for Friday. The video of this was insane, bro.
Yeah, it is. We don't have time to go over the whole video, but I just love that there's a giant pumpkin haunting the street. It's great. It's just...
You know what?
No, keep the video. We'll watch it on fucking Friday because we're running over time. So keep the video. We'll flashback.
I just look giant runaway, but it's the word runaway, which is like intended to escape. I'm free. Go.
And people called for help. They called 911 because of a pumpkin, an inflatable pumpkin. We got a situation down here.
Gifts.
If you get the article that's got the 911 call text, it's priceless.
Oh, does it? Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Send it to me, please.
Okay. As a counter-protest, thousands of crickets were unleashed at a quote-unquote anti-trans event. This
Right.
is the
But then
the
you-
depths they've sunk to. This is a pro LGB group that is not
Yeah.
trans supportive of women athletes having to deal with trans women in their locker rooms, etc. And it's like a lesbian and
Yeah.
gay alliance on that thing, on that front. And a whole bunch of trans
Is it-
activists showed up and released tens of thousands of crickets on them.
Consider the caliber of the people who are against J.K. Rowling for her completely benign comments online, and knowing what these kind of people believe in. That is basically the equivalent of them just coming over and dropping their lunch on the ground, isn't it? They want you to eat the bugs.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. And, like, nothing was harmed. We picked insects that pose no danger to humans. You dumped
Well, then
tens
you
of
fucked up,
thousands of
didn't you?
insects on them. That's just there. That's the harm. That's the point. No one was reporting that you released fucking insane murder hornets on them. The whole point is you released an infestation to break up the rally, which it did.
And crickets can buzz through the air as well, so that is at the very least fly tipping.
They all brought their own bags and just opened them up. And somebody's complaining about it, and it. Where's
They just won't. I mean, why are they afraid of letting these people speak?
it was
Because they're
distressing to
afraid
see
that
thousands
some of it might make sense.
Yeah.
That's why they have to stop these people from congregating and listening to each other.
That was the
because
point
it
of breaking
might
up the
make
rally. Yeah.
sense.
It's killing trans kids was their claim. This is a rally that will end up harming trans children.
What about the crickets?
Well, that's exactly what the person response says from the LGB Alliance. It was distressing to see thousands of insects killed for the sole purpose of trying to disrupt the UK's only conference for same-sex attracted people.
That's thousands of lives lost.
You're actually trying to swarm up people's feelings for the insects?
Insects. All right.
Come on.
Trying to create a buzz?
Do you remember when they said that there was a solar wind coming that was going to knock out the entire internet?
Which time?
This was the one that was announced back in May. I remember this. Yeah, it didn't happen.
No.
No, because we're on the internet right
It might have
now.
happened on my internet, but because I'm on the British internet, that happens every week.
That it just goes down.
We just won't notice over here.
Well, they went all
Oh, yeah.
cyberpunk
Oh, yeah.
with it. That this is going to be the EMP, electromagnetic pulse, that we've all feared is going to happen. It's going to wipe out the internet and destroy digital archives everywhere. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But the light shows have been fucking killer.
Only on photographs. That's the thing. Like, this was not visible to the naked eye, unfortunately. I mean, you might have seen a little bit of green, but it's really down to the photos. This is on something beyond the spectrum of the human eye could handle. Yeah, we had Northern Lights. It was great. We've had a lot of Northern Lights recently.
Well, Sam has been insisting to me that he has all the evidence to prove that the color purple ain't real. So yeah, beyond the
True. Yeah.
the visible spectrum,
That's
fair
right,
enough. But
we make it up.
let me tell you something.
That's right.
If you have an old church picture and you want me to make it look like this, I
Yeah.
can do that for you.
Polly, earlier on, now I thought of you when I was doing this as well. Just when I was cleaning, which is why there's not been any fucking Twitch streams this week. Unfortunately, sorry guys, I've been getting home about 9 o'clock. There's no point in just streaming for an hour, right? But I was taking the rubbish out from this one office, and I was playing this. I play Ingress on my phone, right, where it just comes up with just little points and everything. I was just like, what's this? And I went and visited a church that in World War II was completely gutted by Nazi bombers and still stands. And it was so fucking cool. And I went, I should take photos of this for Polly. He would really, really enjoy this.
Yeah. I'd like to see. I'm going to look on a map because we're going to wrap up here soon. I'm going to look on a map to see where England is compared to latitude compared to some of the places that I know that I have friends that are like, dude, I've never seen the Northern Lights before, but I saw them this week. Like, is it much more northerly? Like Ohio, for example.
We've never seen.
I have two friends in
Yeah,
Ohio
well, I mean,
that
we
have sent me
should-
pictures of it's dim. Like the lights are the sky's just slightly green and a little blue in places, but like no full
That's
on.
all it is, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone's expecting like the swirly shit that you see in the Arctic and shit, like, and you just get massively disappointed about. Oh, is this a Northern Lights? It sucks, and that's a very English thing as well. Just like fuck it, I'll catch it next time.
David Graham. Oi, what's all this then? Looking at the sky. I got England is full of old churches. Yeah, that made me laugh.
Oh,
but
it is. Yeah.
The names. Just,
Yeah, but I mean,
Felix Stowe in Suffolk. Oh, that sounds so British. I love it. Felix Stowe.
Well, it is British. This is a church. Yeah, I mean, it was 1940s. It was bombed out, but they'd never. Then it's literally it's just the outer walls. There's nothing inside. There's no roof. There's no fucking windows. But there's still like the stone frames of the windows.
Mhm.
Like you can look through and see through one side to the other. It's just fucking cool, man. Graveyard's still there, untouched.
Nice.
Yeah, mate, it was fucking awesome. I was like, I'm gonna go in, but I didn't. It was dark, and I had rubbish with me.
There's the swirly shit, although it's clearly been touched up.
Oh wow, that's a long exposure, isn't it? A photograph.
That guy's standing pretty still.
No, he's leaning forward like Michael Jackson, mate.
For an impressively long time.
Yeah, he never missed leg day.
No. But you're not wrong. A lot of
Okay,
lot of really cool old, a lot of really cool old buildings in England and a lot of churches, but it's okay. The Muslims will turn them into mosques, so that's good.
You know what a tor is? TOR? It's just a fucking hill.
Nice. I'm just loving these pictures of like old timey England, and there's just these great northern lights over them.
Oh, I mean, it's an old time. It's just England. You haven't even got to say old timey. It's just England. We've not changed. We still eat the same shit.
Oh, so I never wrapped this up. Here's a walking tour of ghosts in DC. We can cover this another time. So yeah, we did make it over.
Cool.
We did make it over there to finish up that story because people tell me I ADHD off of stories I start and don't finish them. It's not my fault. I'm going to read donations because people have bothered to try, and I want to hear their message.
It's the AAA way. Deal with it.
So we did make it over to a number of those houses. They looked all pretty basic. We were looking at the backyard of one because as we came up beside it, it was alongside an alleyway, and we walked up from the back of the house. He goes, "Holy, look how long this backyard is. This is incredible." And I'm like, "Yeah, my backyard's minuscule too. This is old school 1950s Georgetown right here." While we were standing there looking over the literal white picket fence, the lady who owned the house opened the back door and she said, "Hello." And it was like just really friendly, right? We're like, "Hi. Are you here because of JFK?" And the girl said, "Well, actually, Jackie." And she got, "Oh my God, I love it when people come by." So this house was bought by the Kennedys in 1953. It was like all of a sudden walking tour with a tour guide, but it was actually just the homeowner who loved the history of her house.
Until you find out that homeowner died in 1973.
But we talked to her. She was there. X-Files theme plays. Hold on, wait, I got that. Nice. So yeah, there's my story. She was crazy happy that we're there and offered us coffee, and I was like, "No, we got to get going on to the next house."
Oh, God bless her.
Yeah.
Oh, what a lovely woman.
Oh yeah, she wasn't even that old. She was just, "Are you here for JFK?" Oh, great.
No, Jackie.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, it was full on. Oh my God, Long Island Jewish woman, and she totally was. It was great. She was so friendly. It was.
Did you touch her?
Damn it! Patio furniture and you two Drunkle. No, I didn't touch her.
Oh, Patty, high five, motherfucker. Yes.
If I had tried, my hand would have went through her because she died in 1973.
Who?
Okay, this rabbit horde is taking over this neighborhood, and the people don't know what to do. Shoot them. Shoot them.
Do what Australia couldn't do.
That's right.
Don't let it get out of control, man.
They will take over all of the like this is a long story of them not knowing what to do. Like, look how long the story is.
Yeah.
And it's a fight in the community. People are feeding the rabbits, and others are like, "No, stop feeding them. You're just making more of them." Those people are right.
Yeah, they're right. These motherfuckers, they breed. They fuck like Crickets.
They do fuck like rabbits. It's true. And this is the way they look. This is an actual picture of one of the bunnies from there because you can tell October pumpkin in the background or Jack in the background.
I mean, that was not my issue.
What?
How lazy would it be? Like, it was just, this is. Just go to Getty. Just get a picture of a rabbit. Fuck it.
Journalism?
What?
Are you fucking crazy? Very lazy.
You're right.
There's
It is a solution, right? You eat them.
Yeah, you can.
Kill them and eat them.
But now is the time, is the key thing. This lady, who is the primary interviewee for this article before she starts talking trash about all her neighbors, this is a great local newspaper article. Because one lady going, those people across there, and she points at the house, they've been feeding the rabbits. And I'm okay with that. But I don't do it myself. Now, that guy beside them hates that anyone feeds the rabbits because he thinks it's just making more. And people show up from other neighborhoods to play with the rabbits. There's that many of them. You can lay down, like Rabbit Island in the Japanese island chain, where people just lay down and the bunnies will storm over them. That's what their neighborhood's turning into. And they don't want to do anything about it when there's a chance to stop it right now. It's crazy.
You got to get rid of it, mate. Just fucking everyone grab a rabbit, break his neck, and that's dinner sorted.
They fuck like Al Pacino. Nice patio furniture.
Hey.
Yeah, and them's good eatings. Absolutely. I mean, that's not
now
a
you've just
plain
got a
hair.
homeless problem.
That's a tasty bacon bunny right there.
That is deliciousness in a fat ass right there, mate. All right, fucking just devour the little fake. Just eat the cute bunny.
Now you want to talk about fur-bearing cute mammals that aren't to be fucked with and yet don't cause overpopulation problems. Let's talk about otters.
Is it otters?
It's otters.
Okay.
Yeah. Small town residents terrorized by ballooning otter population on fish killing spree. I thought there was a burglar. Nope, just otters.
Just otters.
Look at that river otter. Isn't he adorable?
He is, mate. He is.
That's Getty Otter, actually. It's not one of the locals.
He's a sleek little bastard, that one right there.
Overpopulated? It's not overpopulated. It's just people are seeing them and they haven't seen them before and they're only there because the fish are there. Yeah, obviously. They're fish hunters. We like our seafood.
Fish.
Yeah. It's not going to be a problem. It's not like rabbits that could survive off damn near anything.
Don't survive myxomatosis.
But they got attacked. A stay-at-home wine mom, Karen, with no children, who gets involved in everyone's business in the community, was attacked. Bring in more otters. What's the problem?
Should have stayed at home, wine mum.
Yeah. Why'd you come outside?
Knowing there was otters.
It's just like the most
well.
the most unsympathetic person in the world was the one complaining about being attacked, and she got a little scratched. That's it? Yeah, that's it. Otters are awesome. If we ever need any.
They are cool creatures, Polly.
Yeah, they are. They're delightful scamps. Kimberly's right.
Lovable rogues.
Yeah, remember the otters that attacked those fat ladies tubing down the river?
I do. Yeah.
Again, they're never attacking the wrong people. How about that jogger that happened her way and 12 of them beat the hell out of her and then took off? Remember that? That was otters never beat up the wrong people. There was one that
dragged a child under the water, though.
They were playing games. You know, you never dunked a friend when you were playing in the pool once? That's all.
Yeah, dunked a friend, dumped his toddler. Yeah.
Same thing. It's fine. Is that probably a significant otter? That's terrible. Terrible. All right, let's do the titular article so Drunkle can get out of here and go do important things with life.
Let's do it. I got a stew cooking, bro.
Let it stew.
Ooh.
I mean, that's got to be one of the few things. It just doesn't matter. Like, it'll be fine, even better if it stews and simmers longer.
No, I'm not saying that's what I got to go do. I'm just letting you know I got stew cooking.
Oh, okay.
I had 3 chicken carcasses and a duck carcass in there. I turned it into a stock, but I had to spend, when I came home from work, I had to spend most of my time getting all the fucking bones out from all the meat. I'm going, there's gotta be a better way. It took me fucking ages.
Oh, Darren Root asked, is there a picture of the rabbit cuddles? There's only 2 pictures. The one of the bunny that I showed you, and then another one that I scrolled down and it didn't load, and it was angry neighbor pointing across the street. Some old guy.
Wait, no. This is one of 3. There's an arrow there.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, here's a bunny straight through the fence. Nice.
Oh, no. Sinister.
Yeah, it knows your home. Dun, dun, dun. Mm-hmm. And then, there, angry old guy.
Oh, this is this guy, right?
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
It's been a problem here for about 3 years. I don't know what's going on. It needs to stop. Hope Walker, that's the angry lady. This is absolutely a problem. Something
I mean,
needs
it
to be
is
done.
a problem, but like people going hungry is also a problem, and I see a solution to that right here. You're surrounded by food, hopping around. Cook the rabbit.
And her, this one person that she argues, they're an absolutely integral part of the community for like 4 blocks in every direction. That's a direct quote.
Yeah, for now. Then it's 6 blocks, then it's 8 blocks. Before you know it, we're bowing down to them.
Well, like she says, we almost need a bunny crossing sign. No, speed up.
Yeah, carry on.
Ask an Australian.
Nope.
They'll tell you. There'll be more.
Pledge allegiance to your fuzzy overlords. Eat them!
Now, Drunkle, I know you've often wondered what would happen if the machines became sentient.
Oh, constantly, bro.
They start hurling racial slurs.
Oh, yeah, we knew that.
Hackers take control of robot vacuums in multiple cities who yell racial slurs.
They went for the vacuums?
Yeah, the little robot Roombas. They come with cameras and speakers. People hack them.
Lord.
And they now yell racisms.
It's about time.
Yep.
It's about time. I hate a Roomba.
I love this story so much.
Putting me out of a job.
The Chinese-made EcoVac D-Bot X2s were hacked because I read through the story. How the fuck could this have happened?
I just saw the asterisk.
Yeah, we'll get there in just a second. Okay, there's the key part of the story of it. What this man, his wife, and their 13-year-old son are sitting there. The Roomba rolls up to them and exclaims, screamed the voice over and over again. I got the impression it was a kid, maybe a teenager speaking. Yeah, right. It was maybe they were just jumping from device to device, messing with families. No, it happened state to state all at the same time.
Nice.
I read through the whole article as to how it happened. They're not exactly sure, but they're sending out a patch. It's like, it couldn't be the Bluetooth. That's what everybody thought. Oh, somebody just moved in. It's anybody within 100 meters could have hacked this really easy to hijack Bluetooth connection. And it's like, no, I don't think people are in a van rolling around the city trying to see if there's any Roombas they can yell racisms over. No, it was done from the central pin system. The robot doesn't independently check the pin. It's only authenticated once. So if you can bypass the pin system at the source, you have access to every Roomba on the system that they've ever sold.
Right.
And that's how they were doing it state to state. Priceless.
Right. Brilliant. Good work. Strong work. I mean, it didn't have to be racial slurs, though. It's October, for fuck's sake. Could it not just been like,
Nice. That was a good impersonation of the George Washington zombie laugh. That was good.
That's how I normally laugh.
Oh. I read through the article also to see when somebody virtue signaled. Shit. Forgot what happened there. And here it is. I was in shock, he said. And then it was almost fear. Disgust. Buddy, nobody said you laughed out loud and thought it was hilarious. You didn't need to demonstrate you thought the N-bomb was uncalled for.
You giggled. Come on.
Yeah, look at him. This is him laughing at it right there. He's just
Spicy Roomba.
It was a little funny. And your 13-year-old son? Don't tell me he didn't laugh.
Oh, of course he fucking he plays Roblox. He knows what's up.
Yeah. Fine. Kimberly, thank you for the 650. I'm so pleased with this. Yeah, Valine sent me this article, and I'm like, oh man. I was reading it late at night or early in the morning. I'm like, oh my god, racist Roombas. This has got to be done. We traded possible titles for today's stream back and forth for a few minutes. Just lends it. I mean, Drunk, I'm surprised you haven't come up with one. I went with "You suck at racism."
I said that sucks at the very beginning, but then I saw someone else say it as well. I mean,
Roomba owners get hosed.
Papa's got a brand new bag. But then Roombas don't have a bag, do they? Yeah. It's just how they roll.
Bigotry blows.
Oh, that's nice.
This man's so proud of
Anyway.
himself. Look at him with his Under Armour shirt.
Yeah, he's like, I have an office job.
My undershirt matches my peach paint.
Yes, my wife left me for another man, but I've not let it get to me.
Her boyfriend was a nice young fellow, and I'm happy they're together. A voice was yelling racist obscenities loud and clear right in front of Mr. Swenson's son. The good thing his wife was out with her boyfriend at the time.
It's probably the son that did it, for fuck's sake.
Right? Rosie Uncensored. Nice, Darren Root. I love a good Jetsons reference.
Oh, very good. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I was okay.
Man, that robot was thick.
Oh, yeah. That was she badunkadunk, didn't she, now that I think about it?
Hell yeah.
KKK Kirby vacuums. Lol. Excuse me. I was about to just say that's the end of the show, and I started coughing.
Yeah.
I don't think the good Lord
Do you want me
wants
to-
us to end the show, Drunkle.
Well, that's it then, guys. That's the end of the show.
It's been
Thank
fun
you very
hanging
much to
out
my
with you.
co-host. Oh, there you go. It's been fun hanging out with you. Thank you very much to my co-host. The
My
Silent Sin
co-host.
and I'm doing you.
But I've
And
cleared the
Drunken Uncle.
cough.
For joining me tonight. You can't just like get me started on a bit and then not let me finish.
That's okay, but do me. You're saying you're not doing my voice.
I wish I could, Polly.
Try. I want to hear it. I'm curious. I can't do mimicry at all. I want to hear you attempt it.
This scene was challenging for everyone involved.
No, I can't do it.
Who were you
thank
actually doing
you.
there? Was that
I was
like
doing
grizzled director?
Christian Bale and the DVD extra of The Dark Knight.
Oh. I don't write commentary until
hey,
the DVD commentary.
guys, that's it. That's the show. Thank you to my co-host. It's been a great one. Thank you to my co-hosts, The Silent Sin and Drunken Uncle. Where can they find us next time, Drunkle? Now you got to do me.
Oh, fuck. I can't. At some place, at some other place in GMT and something.
You made no effort. You didn't, no accent, and you didn't even read the script. It's in front of you.
I pictured a guy with like
Looking at a girl,
yeah.
asking him to love her.
I took all the bass out of my voice. That's the best I could do.
Mm.
Hi. I don't know. How do you do that voice anyway?
Again, it's just like that. It's just how I sound.
To get that high? I pictured you were like gripping your nuts with an icy hand, and all of a sudden your voice just jumped 3 octaves.
It started off that way, but now I just do it for shits and giggles. We're going to be back on Friday on the Drunken Uncle channel, as me and the Silent Sin have switched at 10:30 p.m. GMT, 5:30 p.m. ST, 4:30 Central, and 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island. Pollybobs. And there it is, guys. Thank you.
No.
to
I can
everyone who
close it up. It's fine.
Okay, right.
Christmas
Make you
Island.
cough one more time.
Where they've got crabs. Like certain American neighborhoods have bunnies and won't do anything about it. You want crabs like them? You don't want the crabs like them.
I've done my time.
Crabs like a fucking Maryland hooker. Okay. So yeah, Friday. No, not over on Sin's channel. As Drunkle said, we're gonna be doing it over on his channel because they've switched. That's why we're on Sin's on Monday. Be a good time. Sin won't be there though, unfortunately. So we're gonna do a show. It'll be fun. See you guys there. In the meantime, thank you all very much for donating. We'll see you 5:30, couple days. In the meantime, check out our massive backlogs of content if you're interested. Have a good night, everyone.
And Tim.
Oh shit, man! I completely forgot about that. I had. It's like, what is he doing? Tim. Oh, fucking Tim. Damn it. All right, have a good night, everyone.